hated her for that. My brother was starting hating her for that. I never meant to aim at boxing. Boxing came along a bit later, because of certain inevitable circumstances that I was facing in my life. I wasn't really into it, I just find myself into it and hooked to that sport. It's been hard for me to quit, and it wasn't my intent, to increase that, because she already had to deal with someone like me, I just moved on.
I am the father, you are my youngest son. Champion to the world. Winners only, that's why they say that I'm champion to your girl. Gucci all in my waist now, every champion needs a bell. Winners recognize winners, if you're a champion, I can tell.
So if I do understand, you're coming from a poor background, so you're from Belgium. That's why he was mentioning Belgium. So you're coming from a poor background, family in Belgium. You were about to move into the circle field, but due to obviously the money available, you decided to prioritize your two brothers who are really into it, and we hope you did something about that. And then you moved forward into surviving about the street violence, the bullying, and this is where you activate your animal or survival mode and went straight to discovering fighting sport. So you've been able to move from grappling to wrestling to Muay Thai, and then just to keep improving. This is what I like also about you, because you're always, even though you could be in your comfort zone and say, I'm gonna stay there, you're always trying to understand more and to improve. It's like a continuous improvement, self-learning on daily basis. Like this is really good, because every time we're gonna speak to you, it's something new, different, because you learn something during the day or during the week, and you really went deep into it. So just while you face, then you move into boxing, and then you stay there. It's crazy because you mentioned Jet Li. I know that back in the day you were also Van Damme. So all those low kick and things like that with the leg, and you just stay into boxing. I think it's really good. I have a lot of topics from this conversation for upcoming podcast reviews. So stay connected. Definitely. Love that. Love to understand that we almost miss like a boxing champion. Could have been everywhere. You could have been into singing, maybe like Chris Brown, we don't know, like Ja Rule. Yeah, we can see only on the ring. All right, this point is leading my point to why now do you keep going? Because I understand that you're starting boxing to survive. Now you're no longer bullied. Why do you keep going with boxing? What is it for?
I mean, boxing brought me, it brought me what I needed, meaning the recognition, the feeling of being part of the community, the feeling of being somebody. Because when you come from those areas and those environments and atmosphere, you're also labeled as an invisible person, someone who's not really accountable for the society, And everyone knows that as a human being, we all want to be part of a tribe. We all, want to be part of something greater. And boxing brought me that. The feeling of being legit, to be here and even talk to you about something that can even help others while they sit here and listening our podcasts, you see. And all the next thing that I intended after my boxing career that we spoke about, and you even put it in the introduction.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but yeah, what I can tell definitely is, why do I continue to boxing while I know that I've been feeding all my needs,
What's all your need?
My need never been about money, never been about comfort. It always been about myself. It always been about feeling that my existence have a reason, that we have a purpose, that I'm, as I said, I'm somebody, that my mom didn't just made something come out of his belly.
Come on.
who will be a kind of useless being who's gonna carry our name.
Do you think that boxing helped you with that?
Boxing helped me to elicit all of it. Boxing helped me to even to bring the name of my mom, at the highest level. Everyone knows my mom now. When I'm back in my country. Everyone knows my mom. When my mom goes out for walk off, doing her shopping, whatever. Everyone, she all the time still, surprised seeing people say, "Oh, are you the mom of Big Joe? Oh yeah, your son is really great. Your son is really great. He's a great champion. I wish him the best, and I really wish him to keep going because he make the whole nation proud and blah blah and blah blah and so on." And so my mom, who was also an invisible person, you see,
yes,
became in a way, somebody because of the light that I brought into the name of her.
Hey, quick notice, guy. If you're new to this channel or you've been watching and listening to this podcast and you enjoy it and you find it insightful for your career and for your own knowledge, please join us, subscribe, turn on the ring bell to never miss an episode. And make sure to share it with your loved one for those it will also bring value. Sharing is caring. It was Mylis, your favorite host on the Champion Family podcast.
Why I'm keep pushing in the highest level, why I'm keep pushing into the division of competition, it is because of 35 years old. I'm still, maybe I have at least between 3 and 5 years of competition, because as I said, boxing have been a big part of my identity, and because of it, it's hard for me even to let go that aspect of my life. So that's the reason why I keep pushing. But to keep myself being able to fight those guys that have been proposed no long ago, like Zay Long, like Daniel Dubois, like Martin Barclay, all those names that came on the table, I needed to find a reason, a strong why. You see, because the strong why you have 10 years ago are not the same strong why, are not the same strong why that can sustain for the next decade, right? Because every decade you improve, you change, you grow, and from that growth you're experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
You are changing in many aspects, even your knowledge, even the goals you're getting across to. The goal you had before to come across that goal evolved in a different form, shaped himself in a different forms. So everything keep growing, everything stay in constant movement. Goals is an energical movement. Yourself, your spirit is an energical movement. And so as I have my energical spirits that need to keep being in constant movement, to find a why that's going to keep us discovering what was the real purpose, the real purpose of my life. I think that's it. Boxing now, in the short-term goals, because I still, I still am aware of my quest to looking for the reason why we're here, why I'm here, and what do I have to bring to people, because all the answer I have of my existence and why I have to bring on the table to people is the reason that I gathered all across my 35 years old, right?
Yes.
But when I will reach 45 years old, it's going to be the next 10 years. During those next 10 years, all those answers may become obsolete because they will evolve. So that's why I said I'm still learning why, but the reason I'm finding now, the answer I'm finding now is, I think I use this as a reminder. I keep boxing and striving into competition as a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Reminder that nothing is free, nothing is granted.
Yes.
That you have to work for the things you wish to get. You have to apply action, structural plan, thoughts, and determination, which come from the intention you will set around the goal you want to reach to achieve. So that's a reminder, because we live in a generation where people have access to things in a quick way. So it's good, because that's true. My time, the people from my generation, we had used to go to the post office to looking for mails or even any package delivery from Amazon or whatever. But today, that's come right in your doorsteps. And so everything is easy to get. And so it creates also a mindset of people looking for all-time shortcuts. And so those people think that those people carry unconsciously, because of the way the civilization evolved and bring us some tools that facilitate us our livelihood. That creates also the weakness of that advanced society. The fact that people now think that life owe them things, while in reality life doesn't owe you anything, because you owe life to show life your worthiness. Because think it that way, there is many people who will never have the chance you had to breathe another day. There is people who will never have will never have the chance to walk and run a marathon as you can do, but you decide to not do so. There is many people who will maybe not be able to have a perfect mind or brain function to be able to think of greatness, but you decide to not do so. So when you take it from that perspective, you realize that you took that life for granted, which it wasn't, because everyone starts reminding everything they could do, they should have done when the last day of their breath starts coming. We can see it in every movie. We can see it in every people who have cancers and they think they will die for any unexplainable reason. They have that second chance of living. They will always telling you, like, I thought about all the things I didn't do, all the things I wasn't paying attention. I was feeling silly, like running, traveling, studying a new courses, and I was putting on the side all the time, postponing it, like I was eternal. But nobody is eternal here. That's true, you're not gonna die tomorrow, like those persons who maybe just born yesterday, and after 1 year of living, they just died. Those babies are not gonna get the chance to grow and maybe do better than the better thing that you can do. So think about twice when you have that chance. Think about what you owe to life to breathe. And when you take that life from that angle, now you start opening your mind to everything, every possible beautiful things you could have. Because when you take also that life from that perspective, that's where greatness is hidden. Because now you open yourself to possibilities. And so for me, I use it as a reminder, because I don't want to fall into that lake of productiveness, lake of structure, lake of productivities, lake of action. I don't want to become lazy. That generation became so lazy that now it's become normal. It's become a norm to be lazy, and we find them excuses to not do what they came alive to do. And so I use it as a reminder.
I hope that what you say doesn't hurt you feeling too much, but if it does, well, you need to think about that. That being said, thank you, Champion family, and thank you so much to our sponsor, without whom this podcast right now will never be able to happen, and you will not enjoy it. So massive shout out and thank you to Only One Management, to BJ All For You, to Mile Beauty, and the General Big Joe himself. Thank you so much for your constant support to make it happen. We do appreciate you guys a lot. And if you would like to be featured into this fantastic podcast, or even sponsor us, please shoot your shots, contact us in the bio, and we'll make sure to have a spot on board for you into this massive rocket. Alright? See you soon. Thank you, Champion family.